Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, today I am going to teach you a story from the supplementary book, The Thief Story, written by Ruskin Bond. So, in today's video, I will explain to you about the author, the characters of the story, brief details of the plot, and the summary of the story. As well as I would try to give you a little bit of hints about how to attempt the long answer questions that usually comes from the supplementary books. So today's video is going to be very useful and very exam oriented for you. So do not forget to watch the video till the end. And also you are requested to refer the video to your friends and family members so that whoever is in class 10th may get the benefits of it. So let us move into the video. As I told you in the beginning that this story has been created by the famous Indian writer Ruskin Bond. Dear students, Ruskin Bond is a British Indian writer, but he is settled in India. In Simla, he has got settled, and he is being considered as one of the very famous and widely renowned children literature writer. Some of his famous works include The Blue Umbrella, Delhi is Not Far, The Cherry Tree. These are some of the beautiful creations of him. Of course, the story that we are going to discuss today is also a unique piece of writing. For his incredible contributions to the world of literature, especially to the world of the children literature, Mr. Ruskin Bond has been conferred with Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan awards by the government of India. So, it's all about the author Ruskin Bond. Now, let us try to understand the characters that we find in this particular story. There you find two major characters, the first one being Anil and the second one being Hari. Okay, and the plot has been designed in such a way that means these two characters are only involved in the plot, and there you find a beautiful development of the story, how two unknown persons come in contact with each other. They start establishing trust upon each other, and finally that leads to the betrayal of one another. So that's the beautiful concept that he has designed here. So let us first of all try to understand about the character of Anil. As far as Anil's characters is concerned, Anil is a tall and young boy in this particular story. He is a writer by profession. But he also loves to watch wrestling matches. Okay, Anil is sympathetic and cooperative by nature. Accidentally meets a young rover named Hari Singh while watching a wrestling match. So when it comes to the wrestling match, my dear children, then one thing that strikes my mind is that from which state or in which particular state or in which particular area do you think this story has been set in? When it comes to wrestling, I believe that the story must have been set in Haryana or in the western part of the Uttar Pradesh, because these are the two places in India where wrestling matches are being organized in the village levels, in the panchayat levels, and wrestling is considered to be a very popular sport in these two states, right? So I do believe either the story has been set in, the plot has been set in Uttar Pradesh, or it has been set in Haryana. So let us try to go into the story. There we will get to know more about it. Okay, so now, my dear children, so while watching a wrestling match in a village, he finds a 15-year-old boy there, and his name was Hari. And they both came in contact with each other. They started, interacting with each other, and during the conversation they developed a friendship, and they come to an agreement. Okay, and initially, Anil, being a very good fellow, Anil being a very easygoing fellow, he considered Hari Singh a 15-year-old habitual robber. I would say Hari Singh was a habitual robber. He considered Hari Singh a very good boy. But let us see whether Hari Singh was really a good boy, or he was having some plan in his mind to develop friendship with Anil. Okay, so when we discuss about the characterization of Hari, there we get to know a clear picture of this particular one. Hari Singh is a 15-year-old boy who has got mastery over pickpocketing and robbery. You might have heard about pickpocketing, means pocket mar. In Hindi we call it pocket mar. The people who are very very who can smoothly and smartly can snatch money and wallet from your pockets, they are called pickpocketers, right? So that's a kind of robbery even. Okay, that's a small kind of a robbery, and many of the people, they get victim of all these small kinds of pickpocketing kind of robbery, right? And Hari Singh, this 15-year-old boy, had got mastery over it. I mean, he has been doing it for a quite good number of periods, maybe from last 4 5 years, or maybe from last 6 or 7 years. He has been in this particular profession. He has been doing it professionally. He had been cheating. He had been robbing the people, right? So this had been a profession for him. This had been a fun to do activity for him, and he was very very good hand in doing all these things, right? He has been a habitual robber and has robbed many people for whom he worked earlier. Dear children, when you go through the text, there you find one more beautiful interesting thing, that he has been a habitual robber. Habitual word means that it has been its habit, it has been his habit. Okay, he has developed robbery as a habit of him. I don't know how he developed it, what were the circumstances that compelled him to do so, that forced him to this particular dirty profession. We have no preface of all these things, we have no ideas about all those things, but here we find Hari's character to be very, very, a complex character. You can't even expect a 15-year-old boy, doing all such robbery kind of works. That's also at the level of mastery. Okay, at the level of a mastery, having mastery over it, right? And he has robbed many people. In the text it is written that, dear children, even Hari Singh's real name was not Hari Singh. Okay, actually, while interacting with Anil asked his name, means what's your name, my dear boy? Then he told that Hari Singh. But in the textbook there, it is written that his name was not Hari Singh. He lied here. Okay, he told him a lie. He told Anil a lie. Why did he lie here? What's the benefit of telling a lie? Means in what way he is going to get the advantage? Yes, obviously he was in an he was getting a lot of advantages of this, lying to other people. The first advantage is that when he does a robbery and he leaves the fellow, okay, and he will run away. In that case, means the master or the owner of the house will go and complain in the police. Okay, and the police will never find a person named of that kind. Okay, clear? So in this way, he had been doing it very cleverly. He had been cheating many people. He has cheated many people also. Okay, and this time I think it is the turn of Anil, right? he has targeted Anil to, rob, or he has targeted Anil to cheat him, right? So let us see whether Anil would be able to come out of this situation, whether he would ever get to know about the real face or the real character of Hari or not. Let us know about it. Clear? He first met Anil during a wrestling match and asked him for a job, which finally ended earning him the job of a cook. He found Anil a easygoing fellow and a good target for his next mission. So here comes the main point, my dear children. As I told you that during a wrestling match, he came in contact with Anil. Okay, and he found Anil to be a easygoing fellow. What is the meaning of easygoing fellow? Means a simple human being. Okay, a simple human being who can be easily convinced. Okay, who can be easily convinced. Clear? A simple easygoing means a easily convincible person who can be easily convinced, right? And he thought that I can convince this boy, I can go to his home and definitely I can rob him. Okay, clear? So this was his target, and he had made Anil his next target for his mission. So what was his mission? To rob the people, to cheat the people was his only mission, right? So this was all about the characters of Anil and Hari. Okay, so two contrasting characters have been given in the story. Completely two contrasting means, Anil is a very sympathetic and a cooperative man. Okay, he helps people, he shows sympathy towards others, he helps the poor people. But in the other hand, the other fellow that we find has got mastery over pickpocketing and robbery, means something which is unacceptable by others, something which is considered to be anti social. Okay, or someone, the activities which are not considered good in this society, right? Clear? And he has become habitual in doing so. Clear? So these two are two different kind of characters, completely opposite in thoughts and their deeds, right? Now let us move into the summary of this particular story. I have tried to make the summary as brief as possible. So in case if you do not have time to go through the text, you simply watch this video attentively, and thereafter you go through the text once, and I'm pretty sure that you would have no more doubts in your mind again. You can easily attempt the long answer questions that comes in the or appears in the examinations. Okay, so now my dear children, let us move into it. Hari Singh, a 15-year-old habitual robber, finds Anil during a wrestling match and initiates talk with the intention to rob him after winning his trust as a friend. This is how the story begins, my dear children. The story begins with the meeting of these two characters, Anil and, Hari. And what do they meet each other for the first time? There you get to know that during a wrestling match, Hari and Anil met each other, right? And it was Hari who initiated the talk. When you go through the book, you find the text reflects that initially it was Hari who started the flattering with Anil, right? He started flattering with Anil, and there a very beautiful sentence is written, and mocking at Anil, he says that, oh, very handsome man, I think you look like a wrestler. Whereas Anil, actually, to be very frank, Anil was not looking like a wrestler. He was very lean and thin. He was tall and lanky, right? But this fellow, okay, just simply to grab his attention, simply to develop friendship with him, and simply to get close to him, he initiated the talk with flattery. Okay, now let us see. Both of them come to an agreement that Anil would feed him if Hari Singh cooks food for him, right? So there in the book it is written that, so when their talk started, okay, when they started talking with each other, without any hesitation, Hari Singh asked him for a job. Hari Singh asked or requested Anil for a job, okay? But the story says that Anil was not a settled writer. He was still a struggling personality in the society. His earning was very small, and I think he was not in a position to feed another boy, or he was not in a position to give employment to another boy. Okay, he himself is dependent on others. So here comes the problem with Anil, that Anil, although is a very sympathetic and cooperative man, but at this point of time, he was not in a position to help Hari at any cost, right? Because his financial condition was not sound. His financial condition was not sound. He was still struggling, and he was making very little amount of money, which was just sufficient, okay, to live a very miserly life, right? So now, more what we get to know about it here, you see. But surprisingly, Hari Singh had no knowledge about cooking and found the task standing tall for him. Here comes the problem. But the boy Hari Singh insisted him. He repeatedly requested Anil, to do something. Right? First of all, he asked him for a job, but Anil denied it, and he told that, sorry, I can't offer you a job. Okay. Then he told that, can you give me food? Can you feed me? Right? Then Anil thinks for a minute, and he replies that, if you can cook for me, then definitely I can feed you. Right? Means here is the agreement. Means here they come to a point of consensus. Here they agree with each other that Hari Singh would cook. Okay, Hari would cook, and in return, Anil would give him shelter and food. Anil would give him shelter and food. Right? Clear? Clear? So in this way, Hari Singh got a job, and he got he has been successful in convincing, or he has completed the first round of his task. Right? Now let us see more what he is going to do here. Anil was easygoing, sympathetic man. He decided to teach Hari Singh how to read and write, which fascinated Hari Singh, as he believed this would help him make friendship with rich and educated people and rob them. Okay, so here comes the contrast in their thoughts. Now, this Anil, the writer Anil, found the Hari Singh to be a very helpless, a very poor kind of fellow. That's why he started teaching him, so that at least he would get little bit of education in his life, and maybe in future that education might help him, right? So with that intention, to bring some changes in him, Hari Singh, Anil started teaching how to read and write to Hari Singh. But just see the expectations of Hari Singh, in contrast to the ideas of Anil. What Hari Singh is thinking about the education. He is also very happy that Anil has taken a good step, and he has started teaching him how to read and write. But he plans that when he would become very good in writing and speaking, or in reading and writing, then he can make friendship with rich and educated people. He can meet with many other peoples, and he would be able to convince them easily, and as a result of that, he would be also getting many advantages. It would help him complete and accomplish his mission easily. Okay, so that was his dirty thought. That was the dirty thinking that was coming in his mind, especially in the mind of the 15-year-old boy Hari. After spending a month, they spent a month together. Okay, so they must have talked a lot. They must have developed a good friendship. Okay, they must have played so many games with each other. Anil must have taught him how to read and write his names, and he must have taught him how to read simple sentences also, right? So in this way, Anil has been very very cooperative towards this boy. Anil has been very very sympathetic towards this boy, and he has been giving him shelter and food. Okay, and now let us see what's happening after 1 month. When Anil came home with an earning of rupees 600 made from selling a book, Hari Singh was getting restless to get into action and betray Anil. So after 1 month, what happens, during this month, I think Anil also has struggled a lot. As in the beginning, I just introduced to you that Anil was not a rich writer. He was a struggling writer. He was a struggling personality. He was still, in the race of getting success in his life. Okay, and he hardly makes money from his books. Okay, his income is not just sufficient. It's not sufficient. Okay, so one day what happens, after 1 month, he came home with an earning of about 600 rupees. I think 600 rupees is a huge amount for Anil. Okay, it may not be huge amount for others, it may be a small amount for me, maybe a small amount for you, maybe a small amount for others, but as far as the financial condition of Anil is concerned, I think this 600 rupees matters a lot to him. It's more than enough for him, right? And both of them, I mean, Anil as well as Hari Singh can lead a healthy and peaceful life for another 1 month at least with the help of this 600 rupees of money. But now let us see what's the climax going to come in the story right now. What happens, when Anil comes to home with 600 rupees, and he, in the book it is written that he he kept it under the mattress on which he used to sleep, right? Under which he slipped it gently and he kept it over there. Because it shows that Anil didn't even have a chest board, or he didn't have a drawer, he didn't have a locker, he didn't have an almirah to keep this money. Okay, and when one more thing that you get to know, even if he had an almirah, even if he had a locker, why did not he keep the money there? If you ask this question, there you get an answer that I think Anil had faith on Hari, and he thought that he has become a part of my life. Hari is a good boy, he's a boy of good nature, and he would never steal money from my mattress, he would never take my money away. So I think with that particular belief, with that particular trust, with that particular thought, he kept the money under the mattress. But let us see how Hari is going to react it. But at this very moment, at the same situations, when Anil was showing complete faith on an unknown boy to whom he has given shelter and food also, okay, at the very same time, the unknown boy who has been given food and shelter free of cost by a person whom he doesn't know is trying to rob him, is trying to get into his action, and is trying to betray him. Now, more what is happening here. Let us see whether he would be able to, betray him or not. So here we get to know that it was raining that night. Hari Singh cleverly slipped his hands and got away with the money. Here A is missing, dear children. A is missing. It was raining that night. Hari Singh cleverly slipped his hands and got away with the money in order to run away to Lucknow by the train at 10:30 p.m. Okay. On reaching the station, Hari found the train leaving the platform. Instead of running fast to catch it, he stood still for long and decided to go back to Anil. Here we do not know what's happening here, but on the night, at the night time, what happens? Hari Singh finally got into action. He finally did what he was supposed to do, and he had been eagerly waiting for this particular day since the last 1 month. He was simply waiting for, when will my master Anil bring money to home, and I'll get to know about that, and then only I can take those money and run away. So that was the planning, and fortunately today Anil got 600 rupees, brought it, and he has kept it under the mattress. That's also open place. It's not hidden for Hari. So Hari knows where the money is and he can easily take it away. And finally he did it. He took the money. It was a dark night. It was raining heavily. It was raining cats and dogs out. Okay. And what happens at this moment? He got wet while going to the platform. And why did he go there? He went to the platform, he went to the railway station. Actually, his planning was to run away to Lucknow. At 10:30 p.m., there goes a train to Lucknow. It shows that this particular, from here, in the beginning, I had asked you a question, my dear children, is in which particular state this, okay, the story has been set. So here we get to know that this has been set in UP, because he was going to Lucknow. Okay, maybe from some other places in Lucknow, maybe from Meerut to Lucknow, or maybe he was going from Kanpur to Lucknow, or maybe he was going from Noida to Lucknow. We do not know. Okay, clear? But at least as the city's name is mentioned, Lucknow, there we got to know that definitely this story has been set in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so here we got an idea about the place where the story has been set. Okay, now he was supposed to catch the train at 10:30 p.m. Okay, but unfortunately, on that day, what happens, when he came to the platform, he found that the train had already started to leave the platform, but it had not left the platform completely. Okay, it was moving very steadily and slowly. And Hari is a very clever boy, he's a smart boy. He could have run faster and he could have catch the train even. Okay, but on that day, what happened to Hari, nobody knows. But there a different kind of thought started, engulfing him. A different type of thought started, surrounding him. He was troubled by completely new kind of thoughts that were arising in his mind. Okay, he even doesn't know. Means, why did not he run fast to catch the train? He has no answer to that. He simply stood still there for a long time. And at this moment, many thoughts came to his mind. Should he run away with the money? Or should he go back to Anil again? Should he go and apologize him? Okay, or should he go and stay the night in a hotel and the next morning he would go back to Anil? In this way, many questions were, coming in his mind. He was getting troubled with this kind of thoughts that were arising in his mind. Okay, it happens, my dear children, when you do a mistake in your life, when you commit a sin in your life. Okay, that sin may be, or that mistakes may be big or small. Okay, but if you are trying to hide it from your elders, if you are trying to hide it from your teachers, then obviously you will also encounter such kind of thoughts arising in your mind. This happens, it's quite natural with everyone. It happens in everyone's life. On that particular day, his inner heart was asking him to go back, whereas the outer world was trying to attract him. The outer world was most lucrative and beautiful. It was lustrous. It was full of passion. It was colorful and it attracted him. The colorful shops, the beautiful clothes stores, these were the things that attracted the minds of this 15-year-old boy. But at the same time, there was something in his inner soul which asked him to go back. Which asked him to go back. Okay, and let us see who finally is going to win, whether the outer soul or the inner soul. And you will be very happy to know that it was the inner soul that came victorious over the outer soul. It was the inner soul. It means he has finally got victory over his mind. In the beginning, in the initial phases of his life, he was completely under the pressure of mind. The mind instructed him to do all these kind of things, the things which are not supposed to be done by a 15-year-old boy who has a beautiful future ahead, who has, a long life ahead to do many good things for the society and live a healthy and dignified life. But unfortunately, he had got habitual with this very antisocial activity or practice. But he finally realized his mistake. Next morning, after waking up, Anil calls him and pays his salary for the month, but did not wonder how these notes got wet. Here comes the most beautiful thing of this particular story. This, if you go through the text, there you find it written in a very, very, attractive way. You find the words that have been chosen by the author are incredible, right? His words and the vocabulary that he uses to express particular feeling and the thought, is really incredible. That distinguishes him from other authors, right? So next morning, when Anil wakes up, okay, he wakes up, then what he does, he calls Hari Singh and he says that, Hari, it has been 1 month since you have started staying with me, and you have worked hard for me. You have cooked food in time, and you have tried to make my house beautiful. But unfortunately, because of my poor earning, I have not yet paid your salary. But today I am very happy that I have got some money. I have earned some money yesterday, and from that money I want to pay your first salary. Then he took the money out of the mattress, and he paid him 50 rupees. He paid him 50 rupees as his first salary. Okay, right? But at this very moment, he also got to know that the notes have got wet. The notes have got wet. How it happened? Who made it wet? Who had taken it out? Definitely, these are the questions that must have come in the mind of Anil. But as I told you in the beginning, Anil was a very sympathetic and a cooperative man. He was a thoughtful man. He knew it very well. He knew it. He understood that the money can't go outside itself and got wet in the rain. Okay, definitely. If it was not taken by him, then it must have been taken by Hari Singh. So he got sure. But he did not even ask a single questions regarding this to Hari Singh. He made him very comfortable with him. He reacted as if he didn't even, get to know about the notes. But the fact is that, the truth is that, he knew everything, but he did not try to speak before him. He did not want Hari Singh to be humiliated. He did not want Hari Singh to, apologize for his mistake. But he definitely wanted Hari Singh to change forever. Okay? And that one he did. Without saying a single word, without speaking a single sentence, without talking about the incidents, without informing the police, without giving him a counseling, he did the great job. And it was his wonderful personality that impressed Hari Singh a lot. And finally, when we got to know that, Hari realized and repented his betrayal. He repented. He cried a lot. He wept a lot. And he realized for the mistake that he did. And I think on that particular day, he must have taken an oath. He must have taken a promise that I would never do it again. I would never repeat this act again. And that changed the lifestyle, that changed the life of a 15-year-old boy, Hari. So my dear children, this is a highly inspiring story. Okay, there are many people like Anil who exist in the society. Okay, you may not find them in large quantity, dear children, but obviously they may be small in numbers, but they do exist in society. There are people who change the life of other people through their great work, through their great personality. So, through this particular lecture and the video, I would like to request you all to be motivated, to be inspired by this great personality of Anil. Try to build your personality like Anil. Make yourself great. Make yourself a great human being. Make yourself a great socialist person. Make yourself not a machine, but a true human being. I hope you all have understood this video today. And definitely, this video will help you, my dear children. And I just believe that you all will be doing the exercises also. Thank you very much.